Alright, this one's reviewing solving equations or solving for x. This is what we did way back in the beginning of the school year. Okay, so looking at number 1, step 1 is just the problem is given to you, and it's asking you what would be the new equation after you do your first step. So since we have parentheses, remember you need to distribute. So once you distribute, rewrite the equation where step 2 is, and then look to see which one of your answer choice matches that. I'll give you some time to do that one. We'll talk about some common mistakes that usually happen. Alright, so remember negative times negative is a positive. And if you do it in your calculator, you would get that. And then negative times a positive is a negative. And then 5x plus 34 just drops straight down. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to go over number 2. And then you should be able to do number 3 and 4. So on this one, it's asking you for the solution in its inequality. Oh my goodness, sorry about the blurriness. Keeps auto-focusing. There we go. Alright, so we need to first distribute. Negative 4 times negative 6 is positive 24x. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Okay, so we distributed, so that was step 1. Now we got to look on this side, see if there's any terms to combine. I can combine those two, negative 4 and 1. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. On this side, there's no terms to combine because there's just negative 2x and negative 29. Since the x's are on opposite sides, remember I need to balance it. I need to get x's off of this side and move it to this side. So the only way I can get x's off this side is by canceling. So if it's a negative, I add 2x. So I need to add 2x to this side. Then I had to add 3. X is less than or equal to negative 1. Okay, remember though, if this would have been a negative x, when we divided, we would have had to flip the symbol. So I want you to remember that in case that happens on number 5. So remember, when x's are on both sides, you need to cancel x's on one side, and whatever you do to the one side, you do to the other side. Alright, you should be able to work out number 3 and 4 and number 5. That was a quick little refresher. Alright, I'm going to go to the back and review polynomials. So this page is all on, excuse me, adding and subtracting polynomials. And this is, remember, combining like terms. So instead of solving, you're just combining like terms. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and work out number 2, number 4, and then number 5. Alright, so number 2, it's asking you which polynomial is equivalent to x squared plus 3x. So you need to distribute and then combine like terms for each one. Remember, x times x is x squared. Negative 4x times negative 3 is positive 12x. So when you look to combine like terms, 3 and negative 4 would be negative 1x squared, so it can't be a. (3x squared) 6x minus 4x squared plus 12x plus 3x. Okay, now again I look at my x squareds. It'd be a negative 1x squared, so it can't be b. Alright, so when I look at c, after I distribute, I combine my like terms. Negative 3 and positive 4 is x squared. So it could be c. When I look at all my x's, I have 6x plus 12x minus 12x. Yes, I can do it in my head, but just to make sure that you don't make a simple mistake, I would use your calculator. And that would give you 6x. But it needs to be 3x, so it's not C, so it has to be D. And just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and work that out. Just in case I made a simple mistake somewhere else. Combine my like terms, give me x squared. And I combine these like terms, negative 6 plus 12 minus 3 would be positive 3. So the answer is D. Alright, on number 4, again, we have to do some distributing. 5 times 1/5. You can do that in your calculator. Remember, you only put the numbers in your calculator, not the x's and y's. That would be 1. So it would be 1xy, because there's an x and a y. 5 times 4 is 20, so 20x plus 8x plus 8y, negative 1 times y, so it would be negative xy, because remember you write the letters in order, and then positive 3y. Alright, now all we have to do is combine our like terms. So we have 1xy plus negative xy, so 1 and negative 1 is 0, so it cancels, so I can get rid of a and b. Now combine my x's, 20x and 8x is 28x, so it's going to be either C or D. And then 8 plus 3 would be 11, so the answer is C. Alright, on number 5, it's very similar to number 4. The only difference is it's subtracting these two. So remember, when you're subtracting, you distribute that negative and then combine like terms. Okay, so let's just rewrote the first one because that's a positive one up front. Negative 1 times 2x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative times negative is a positive. Negative 7y squared. Now combine your like terms. X squared's first. When you add 2 and negative 2, it gets canceled, so there's no x squareds left. Xy and xy, 9 plus 6 is 15. So the answer is D. And then you're left with a negative 7y squared. Alright, on the other ones, just basically the same thing. You're combining like terms. On number 3, you're finding the perimeter. Remember, the perimeter, you're going all the way around the outside or using doubling the length and doubling the width, like it says in the formula. On number 6, again, it's asking you for perimeter, so you're adding up all the sides.